Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle with Being Bethunes. In this here channel, we take you around this beautiful country of ours, film it, and most importantly, grow through life with you. And now, we have a property. So we do all those things, and we just bought a property, and that's currently where I'm standing. And that's what this vlog is gonna be about. Well, we've been kind of looking for the right piece of land for quite a while now. We've spent all of our lives on the East Coast, and we really loved the West Coast. And just kind of a little short backstory of how I happened upon Northeastern New Mexico. I was searching for land in like southern Colorado, that region, and yeah, land is very expensive there. It's it's almost like Florida, if not worse. It is a very expensive area. Taxes are high, regulations are high. So I was like, well, this probably isn't what we're looking for. So in some of my searches, Northeastern, I hope I didn't say Northwestern a minute ago, Northeastern New Mexico kept coming up in my searches, and without knowing it was Northeastern New Mexico, I mean, it looked very similar to Colorado. So I just kind of started searching and doing research and just kind of all the things, you know, and the significant thing that stuck out for me is this part of the country is very affordable still. It's kind of, New Mexico, especially for this type of terrain, is not very well known for it. So yeah, it just kind of went down the rabbit hole like, man, this is some very affordable land. The taxes are very affordable. And, you know, and it's not crowded, it's not touristy, you know, and that's just, I don't know, it just kind of worked out that way. The particular town of MOOLAH kind of just kept coming up. Not really sure why. Because there's not much property comes up for sale here, as we've learned. So I just kept my research on, and man, guys, sorry if I'm getting winded. I mean, that's another thing. We're at 7,500 foot elevation right now. It's only about 65 degrees out here, and it's the second day of May, and it still gets down in the upper 20s, low 30s at night. So very, very much a spring, summer, fall place for us. We're not moving in full time. This is not the end of bus life. We just kind of wanted a place that we could come and just cut loose, be free, you know, let the dogs roam, let the kids roam, not have any regulations, not have people looking over our shoulders, a place of rest, you know. We've been on the road for over about 4 years now, and it's something we've kind of been feeling like we've been missing and needing. And ever since I sold the place in Tennessee, it's just kind of been like, well, what's next? And we've been patient. As a lot of you know, we sold our property in Florida, our rental property, and we kind of had to reinvest the money, and we just kind of felt like maybe it was time. You know, we've spent a lot of our lives, well, all of our lives on the East Coast, except for our travels over the last 4 years. And we really love it out here. The culture, the people, the solidarity that it brings. And it's absolutely a breathtaking part of the country. It's such an unexpected, I mean, there's 13,000 foot mountains over there. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Hey family, how are you doing today? I hope your day is as beautiful as you are. I am coming in this vlog with some really cool news. I'm doing an awesome give back and gift away for the month of May, which the month of May is my birthday and Mental Health Awareness Month. So this month we are giving back to the Gabby Petito Foundation. You can head over to our Instagram for all of the details. I'll make sure that Kyle drops a link in the video description so you can click that and go find out more.
So the property has a really unique situation. So basically that front lot where I opened the video, then you got the road we're on now is the easement. So this property here on the left side of the Jeep is owned by a man and his family, and they cut hay off of it. So at some point in history, or in the last, I don't know, whenever, they cut, or whoever it is subdivided that lot there from this original parcel because if you look at the map, all along this strip here heading toward the mountains over there, they're all almost identical shaped and size. So that's the way they were platted out back, who knows, probably 1800s or something. So yeah, this one basically, there's a road running all the way down to the right side of the property. And there's something over here I'm gonna talk a little bit more about in a minute. But yeah, it's a pretty good little drive back here. And I was a little concerned with that. I was like, how much property are we giving up by having this road? And obviously it's some, but man, once you get back here, it really opens up and you can really roam back here. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here today. It's weather's 70 degrees out. Definitely a little breezy, but absolutely gorgeous day. And they've all been that way. Definitely a little wind. You know, it's their windy season. I hear from basically February through April, they're kind of deal with wind, pretty substantial winds here, which that's common for the desert. I mean, this is just high desert, so it's still going to get the wind. But yeah, so it runs back here pretty far. Where this area, after we make this little jaunt right here to the right, it opens up quite a bit in here. And we're thinking about making some hip camp spots in here. So as you can see here, it widens out a little bit. So on this side here, having some hip camps, and maybe even on this other side, people can just pull in, and that gives them the awesome view of the snow-capped mountains over there. I mean, that's kind of what we bought the property for, and it's beautiful. So I mean, it's definitely wide enough in here to put a couple hip camps in here, and at least starting out. I mean, we don't have solidified plans for every single thing we're going to do. Oh, and if you don't know, Hip Camp is a app where you can advertise your property and have people come camp on it for a fee. It's pretty cool. We've stayed at a few of them, but here's where the property really starts opening up. You've got probably about a 3 or 4 acre pasture right here. That's all grass, so they actually kept this flood irrigated over the years for the livestock to have alfalfa to eat on. So nice little open lot here, and then it starts going up again. You have there's 3 tiers to this property. This is the lower tier, and we're gonna head up to the second tier here in just a second. So, you know, part of my job is, you know, improving these roads. This is just old cattle farm roads, nothing. You're not getting any campers or buses or anything up here. So this is going to be where I'm going to be spending a lot of my summer. I've got a lot of work to do here. We do want to hold some events here, camping events in the future. So we gotta make room for people. So this is kind of like the middle of the first tier, heading into the second tier. It's somewhat flat in here. I definitely could cut some sites into here, some campsites if I wanted to. A little bit of horse poop here in the road. Yeah, we actually viewed the property the first time. There was I think 3 ponies on it, 3 horses. So yeah, here's the second tier where it opens up. This is definitely quite a bit bigger than that first tier, but it definitely is some elevation changes, some definitely not completely flat, but definitely workable. We could definitely fit some rigs in here and some things into this section here. It's pretty nice and flat up on this part right here. I don't know if you can tell, but like there's definitely like a little bit of a berm there, and this was all cleared. So this is what they had to do. This is what they did to help fight the fire back 2 years ago when they had it up in the mountains. Is they had dozers, and they would come in here and strip all this grass and all anything in the way back. That way they could there was no fuel to keep the fire going back into the town, because that's heading north back into the town. So this was a big integral part of it. As you can see, it's still relatively fresh where they did that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'd never, you know, I think the community really had to band together and fight that fire. I think all in total, it burned 200 and almost 300,000 acres of land around here. So pretty sad. So this right here is actually what they call an acequia. It's the way they irrigate the farms around here. They have these ditch systems that lead to, that are actually start from the river, and they have different gates along everyone's property, and they are able to open the gate and the water flows toward their property and irrigates their property. That's how they've been doing things around here for generations. So it's something new I'd never even heard of, an acequia, but it basically snakes all through this valley here, and they get their water from the Mora River, which comes out of those mountains. And this here is the third layer, or third level, by far the largest. I mean, the property actually goes way up to about that point in the mountain. So this is a pretty expansive area of the property. So we're definitely got an issue though. This is all basically property line to property line. Over here is the brush is just covering it. And we also got to figure out a way to get over the acequia without damaging it and causing any problems there. So I'm probably going to have to put some sort of culvert there and cover it. But that's pretty far off because I've actually got to get a road up here. But yeah, this is a substantial part of the land here. There's a lot of timber back there. Actually some of the fire did get down there. You can see it burnt like the lower portions of the timber. So here's a little bit of an example of it. Right here you can see the tree there is where the fire definitely got in here. I don't know if it necessarily burnt all through here, but you can definitely tell it got pretty hot in here. So there's actually a road. You can see that red, I don't know if you can see the red truck up there. So it goes up there, kind of curves around, and there's a car way up there, and that's where our property ends, and we actually have like 2 or 3 acres across the street, like way up there. So that up there is relatively unusable. I mean, I guess it could be, but it would take some absolutely substantial work. But yeah, look at this late afternoon view right here.
She's a beaut, Clark.
What do you think about it all?
I love it. I love it. I love this property. It's going to be such a great place of solitude for us, and yeah, I'm excited. And then maybe you guys can come camp here too.
Yeah, we've got big plans. We got, as you can tell in our little tour today, there is plenty of work to be done. I actually just met with the septic guy. He's actually my neighbor. His family has been here in Mora since 1850. They own a construction business, so they do a lot of the work around here. And he actually lives right next door, funny enough. And funny enough, he's actually in charge of the acequia for this area too. So I've got it's kind of good because I'm not familiar with the way they do things here. So it's a nice resource to have, having him next door. And he's been very great so far. I've had nothing. He's been nothing but kind and honest. So can't ask for much more than that. But yeah, this place is great. I think, it was meant for us to find it. It came on the market the day we got into town. We were coming into town to look at properties, and this was the last property we looked at. Everything else we were looking at, just wasn't working. I mean, they were still beautiful, but it just, whether it was the entrance to get in, because we have a 50,000 pound bus, and it just wasn't going to work. And this one here just worked. It's right outside of the little town. I mean, it's not much of a town. There's a couple little restaurants, a couple little markets, and a couple gas stations. But it's great. It's all you need. And the town where everybody goes to get stuff is Las Vegas, which is 30 minutes away. It's not bad, and they have pretty much everything: Walmarts, restaurants, whatever you need for the most part, hardware stores. Well, it's pretty great. We're excited to be here. I think we're excited to put our touch on this land. Let the kids explore. I mean, it's been great. I mean, just the time we've been here, we absolutely love this area. It's just a place to come back, like Jenn said, and just unplug. From traveling can be exhausting, especially doing the social media thing, making content. It can be a lot, so it'll be nice to have a place to come back to and relax, have family out here, have friends come and stay. it's going to be a good place. We're excited about it. We're really excited. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. And we're going to be here all summer. So this is where the content is mostly going to be coming from. I will have to make a handful of trips to Arizona for the bus. And Jen will probably travel a little. We'll probably take the van out and use it because I mean, it's just so much around here to go recreation, camping and all that. So there's gonna be a lot of property work. I'm gonna be working here, not just me, the kids and Jen all summer, and we're gonna make content about it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you'll stick around for it. I think it's gonna be fun. And that's gonna do it for today. We're glad to finally let the cat out of the bag. We've owned it for a few days, and we've known about it for a little while. We just didn't want to tell anybody that we had some solidified plans. But so it wraps up, guys. Don't worry, we'll be back here in a couple days here in Northeastern New Mexico, where we'll be coming to you for quite a little while. We'll see you then, guys. We love you guys, and take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.